People may think this is just a fairy tale sport, but it's more physically demanding than you could ever imagine. But unlike regular sports, esports has no boundaries. So Dylan here can play with any player anywhere in the world. Kenny Hill, more of a mobile quarterback. Kyle Allen, more of a pocket quarterback. What quarterback would be best for the Kevin Sumlin system? As the Baylor women's team addressed the media, they knew that they were in the Elite Eight, but by talking to them, you just couldn't tell. And that is due to having such a winning program over the past couple seasons. An experience unlike any other, one that you all have to enjoy. Whoa, 'cause I'm free! Free falling! In the head-to-head matchup, Kevin Sumlin is 4-0 against Dan Mullen, not losing to him at A&M nor at Houston. But he is not going to take Mullen lightly, as Mullen learned under the pedigree of a former national champion head coach. But at ABC 40, we put the two-time champ to a real test. And I challenged Martin to a game. And let's just say he passed. Today marked the first run-ruled game that the Baylor Bears faced all season. The last time they did that was in 2013 in a super regional loss to Texas A&M 8-0. But don't call him Kenny Football. He's creating his own path here in College Station. A&M head coach Kevin Sumlin always sticks to his guns, and he's had a great track record with QBs. From Cobb to Keenum to Johnny, they have all done well under his system.
We expect to move the football, score, and win.
After all the stiff competition here at the Purcell Pavilion, these Baylor Bears are looking forward to cutting down some nets this March. On this one-on-one, Des Bryant is open. Go and get it, big fella. 'Tis a season of talk around the college football world, as yet another poll by the Associated Press helped mark the bar for teams heading into the first year of the college football playoff. Jadeveon Clowney came out tonight's game against the Falcons like it was the Sugar Bowl. Coach Kennedy just wanted his players to play aggressive, and they sure did that. Alex Caruso, you can't stop me, huh? In the top of the second, bases loaded for Jose Altuve as he hits his 6th of the year.
Oh, what a stiff arm! Now 3-2, touchdown, Kiki Johnson. He drives for 5. That's his 5th touchdown tonight.
It's going to be one of the best runs that you've seen in Texas high school football all year, and maybe over the last few years.
Brian running back Kiki Johnson has landed on the Texas high school football map after his dominating 5-touchdown, 296-yard performance against Huntsville this past Friday. And his game seems to resemble the likes of
Javorsky Lane, Ricky Williams, Marshawn Lynch, and I was like, I'm about that action, boss.
I'm just about that action, boss.
But to get to this point, Kiki started the game here as a child in Bryan.
He was 7 and he was fast, and the way he ran the ball then, I knew he would be special because, the way he ran back then, the way he run now.
Despite being the youngest of 4 in his family, Kiki had his older brother Bobby Jr., who was only a year older, play alongside of him growing up.
He was always bigger than me. And so we just played in the front yard, and he just hit me. And so I was like, man, because tackles hurt.
In 2013, the two played together for the Vikings, where older brother had little brother as his fullback and was able to teach him a thing or two as Bryan's leading scorer.
And you should have went this way. I'd be like, you should have just ran him over. You should have cut that back or whatever, and he helped me.
What has really propelled Johnson is one motto that his father has always instilled in him.
Don't let one man bring you down, and I take that as motivation. It's like I'm playing defense, like I'm looking for somebody to hit.
I think Kiki, he has a good first move. Everybody thinks he's a power back, and he is, but he has ability to jump stop and maybe go the other way or bounce it outside.
Kiki Johnson, of course, wants to be known for giving Bryan a state title. But what he really wants you to know is
that I was a good kid, and I was a tough runner.
And if he keeps up the pace this season, no one will forget about him anytime soon. For one team entering the 2014 season, football isn't the hardest thing that this Hearn team has had to deal with.
Say it loud!
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine.
These are the protests of Ferguson, Missouri. These are the citizens of Hearn, Texas, where in early May, 93-year-old Pearlie Golden was shot and killed by a Hearn police officer out front of her home, having a firearm in her possession. However, this situation, similar to Ferguson, has affected the Eagles in their own backyard.
I stay right there, like right around the corner from her. But I think it was wrong that they did that.
Yeah, I try not to be out late or do anything bad because I don't want to be in that situation.
A woman that has lived her life for so long and have her life taken in such a way. Yes, I was upset when I heard about it.
For cornerback Jashad Flentroy, the incident hit home for him even more because in January of 2013, his cousin Tedderell Satchel was shot and killed by the same officer, giving him great pain.
Honestly and truthfully, she wouldn't hurt no one, and she doesn't look to hurt anybody.
I was very angry to know that someone very close, someone very dear to me, just falling for no reason.
What seems to may have been another struggle, though, has been a gift, as former head coach Clinton Smith has left the program in mid-July. A week later came Hearn class of 1993 Chip Baker, who has brought his school spirit to rejuvenate this team.
I take great pride in that and being a Hearn Eagle. I can still sing my fight song, all that thing. So, it means a lot to me to be a Hearn Eagle.
Baker's energy is rubbing off on his players.
It's just good to have someone from here come back to want to help see kids in a small town make it. He's going to actually get out and work out with us instead of just standing around.
He bring the excitement to practice, and then when we go to the game, we know it's going to be even more exciting. He makes us pick up the tempo.
It doesn't matter what's thrown at you. What matters is how you handle it. I just, search for those positives and dwell on those positives and go make it work.
Baker's making life easier to these kids every day, and that is a lesson this team will not soon ever forget. Let's go. Reporting from Hearn, Texas, Mike McCoy, ABC 40 Sports. The cornerstone of success for the Cowboys the past couple seasons has been thanks to Tony Romo carrying the team on his back. But since December, Romo's been out of action from surgery to that same back. Tonight, however, he was healthy and in action against the Ravens. His return did not start well. Here on a handoff to DeMarco Murray, no one had a grip on the ball except for Courtney Upshaw, who takes this fumble 26 yards into the end zone for the Ravens. Romo, though, would come back, thanks to his trusty partner. As the Ravens blitz a safety on this one-on-one, Dez Bryant is open. Go and get it, big fella. He scores for the Cowboys, their first touchdown with Romo and Dez. However, Flacco and the Ravens were on point tonight, as the former Super Bowl MVP was looking elite once again. On the fade route to Torrey Smith, the Ravens won 37-30, but Romo felt good, finally back in live action.
You never know, coming off an injury, how you're going to feel and just the progression it's going to take and the time frame, I guess you could say. You have an idea. But it's nice to be able to see that you can go out and play and your back holds up, your body holds up, and there's always going to be talk until you come back and go do it. That's part of anybody going through surgery. But we're doing it, and it's going well.
Romo was able to go 4 for 5 for 80 yards and a touchdown in his return. And Jadeveon Clowney came out tonight's game against the Falcons like it was a Sugar Bowl. He runs right through Anton Smith. Take another look. You can't stop this raging bull. He is a monster. On the very next play, Clowney beats his guy again out of the gate and sacks Matt Ryan. His presence was known tonight. Ryan Fitzpatrick, after 2 interceptions, though, last week, moved a little bit in this one. He wasn't going to throw another pick, and that is a gain of 10 yards. Then later in the drive, Alfred Blue runs in one for the Texans, their first preseason touchdown. They are up 7-0. Fitzpatrick then became more comfortable, hitting Davier Posey for the 8-yard touchdown. He went 9 for 12 for 97 yards, and the Texans win 32-7. Now down in College Station, the replacement to Johnny Football has been named as sophomore quarterback Kenny Hill is a starter for Week 1 in South Carolina. Aggies head coach Kevin Sumlin announced it this afternoon just before his team headed to practice that the former Texas 5A Player of the Year out of Southlake Carroll will be taking first-team reps in preparation for the Gamecocks. But Sumlin says Hill's position is not safe by any means.
Kyle is going to continue to get better. I think he's going to continue to work, and Kenny's going to have to continue to work also. The competition's been is a coach's best friend. Kyle needs to keep competing, and Kenny needs to keep competing at the level he's competing to stay where he is.
Hill played in 4 games as a true freshman, completing 18 of 22 passes for 183 yards and a touchdown in 2013. Coming out of Southlake Carroll, Hill was also named the Texas Gatorade Player of the Year in 2012, where he accumulated 42 touchdowns in 5A ball. The Astros, for the first time in team history, were able to win at Fenway last night. But could they repeat again tonight in Boston? Dexter Fowler gets the Astros on the board early tonight, and he singles into right here. That brings in Grossman from third. It is a 1-0 game with the Astros up. John Singleton gets on top of this ball. It bounces right into the Boston pitching circle, so the Red Sox force an out at first. However, that scores a run. It was 3-0 Astros after 1. Chris Carter then continued his home run campaign, his 29th of the year. That leads all AL batters, but the Red Sox would come back in the 7th as Boston would win 10-6.